What are you doing? Hi, my name is Krista, the Silk Scarf Lady, and today we are making a scarf. I recently had thyroid surgery, so yeah, my voice is a little crackly. Apologize in advance. But I just skimmed the tray, and now we're ready to put down our first color. So why do you skim the tray? Well, the tray is filled with a gel, and the gel is made up of seaweed powder mixed with water. If you want to learn more about how to do this at home, you can watch my YouTube video called Watermarbling for Beginners. It's a 2-part series that walks you through every single step. The gel becomes a little bit thickened and a little bit heavier, and the paint is fluid acrylic paint. And we're going to float it right on the surface. That first color I just put down, that's going to be my background color. And now I'm going to layer different colors. Now, layer is probably not the right word to use because those colors don't layer on top of each other. They actually push each other out of the way. So there's no mixing of colors. That's the coolest thing with this process, is that there is no color theory. You don't have to worry about putting blue next to yellow and creating green. Those colors stay completely separate and have their own entity. And kind of like it does not work like watercolor. You know how the colors, you touch one, it mixes and creates a new color? No, these ones stay completely separate. And I think that's my favorite thing about it, is that they stay completely separate. So you don't have to worry about that. There's no overthinking. So coming down with another color. Now in this scarf, instead of doing like polka dots everywhere, I did linear lines of color. And you'll see, I don't feel like it really makes a huge difference with the end result, but sometimes it does, where your place your colors really does affect the outcome. This one, I think by the time I did all the movement, it really blended nicely. On this one, you've got a light background. We've added some darker purples, and that teal really like pops on the tray. And now we're going back in with another color. I feel like that might be indigo. I'm not sure. I didn't see the name on the bottle. But yeah, so putting down all the color. And as you drop that color, so sometimes it starts off really small, and in a few moments you'll notice it expands and kind of takes up space. So every droplet of paint takes up space. And so if you only add 5 droplets of color, those colors have to spread to fill the space. But if you add 50 droplets of color, well, they are really nice and rich in color because they've all had to take up space and they stay more condensed. And a stronger, more vibrant color will be what you print. So once you have all the paint down, now we're going to go into creating our design. So with this one, I just used a barbecue skewer, and I'm just going up and down about an inch apart. And this creates one of the basic designs called a gelget, and it means come and go or back and forth. And if you've followed me for a while, you know that this art is not my original art. It is an art form that's based from the 12th and 15th centuries. It dates back to early Japan, and it's an art form called shimagushi. And I say that terribly wrong, but it's an art form that was ink floating on water and then printed onto paper. It's also got history in Turkey, 15th century, where they floated paint and printed it onto paper. And so pulling different tools through, we get different movement. So this is a 2-inch rake. It's got nails sticking out of the bottom. And we're going to adjust it over, and we're going to go back through the arch space. And this is again a gelget, but it's created with a consistent tool. So you're getting more straighter lines. And it's a tighter gelget design. Whenever I use a tool, I always wipe that tool dry. There's 2 reasons why. The paint on the tool can transfer. Like imagine you're working with 2 people and they're using totally different colors. You can also get the tool dripping, and that dripping is going to leave a clear spot because the gel will push and move the paint out of the way and take up space. So now we grab our silk scarf and we're going to lay it onto our design and print it. This is the magic, pure magic, where it touches and it instantly prints and absorbs the paint. Now, what makes this happen? If you've watched my videos before, you know it's alum. The scarves are pre-treated with this mixture that allows it to absorb the paint and permanently print. And then I like to wear gloves because my hands have a bit of dermatitis on them and they don't like being wet. And so we're going to lift it up and then we're going to rinse it in some cold water. Here we go. Yep, it's a gooder. So pretty. You can see all of that paint that's left behind around the edges. It's about an inch that we don't pick up all the way around the tray. And once the scarf comes out, well, of course, that paint's going to move. And it looks like a really cool design, but you'll see down the center, there's no paint left. So it would be a very soft color. Now, you could rework it and print it. You could add fresh paint and print it. But you're going to get a softer design. Now, I do have a YouTube video. I'm going to pop a picture of it right here so you can see, where I walk through what happens when you reuse a print. Now, anything that's left over, we can just clean it off with paper towel. So if you're not going to reuse that paint to create something, it's cleaning off that tray. Wipes off the surface. You can also use newspaper. I find that paper towel is just easiest for workshops simply because, well, it folds up nicer than newspaper. Because newspaper takes up so much room in my garbage can. I know, first world problems, but that's what I do. If you have any questions about water marbling, pop them in the comments. If you want to follow along, I'd love to have you. Lots to learn about this process. There's so many cool things you can do with it. And one final wipe, and then this tray would be ready for the next person to make their silk scarf. Happy marbling!